What are some sleep hacks and tips? This is a great question and one that I've written about before. We all know that sleep is important. But I don't think many of us realize just how important it is. Among other things, a good night's sleep promotes skin health, improves athletic performance, increases testosterone, encourages healthy cell division, helps prevent cancer, and can even improve your ability to learn new motor skills by 20, an important benefit for tennis players and athletes. I'm lucky enough to never have had a problem with insomnia or other sleep issues. However, long flights, staying in hotels and dealing with jet lag while traveling the globe for tennis and work poses a challenge even for a heavy sleeper like me. So over the years I've developed a few simple techniques to improving my sleep quality. So without further ado, here are 11 tips and hacks I use for improving the sleeping 1/3 of my life. Enjoy! Avoid artificial light after sundown. Studies have shown that exposure to artificial light in the evening can be bad for your health and sleep. The blue light emitted from technology like your phone, television and computer suppress the release of melatonin and throws off your body's biological clock, the circadian rhythm. I try to avoid screens as much as possible at night, but when that's not possible I use an app called F.Lux on my phone and computer. It adjusts the color and brightness of the screen, reducing the amount of blue light my body takes in. Don't drink coffee before bed. This should be pretty self-explanatory. Caffeine is not a sleep aid, so stay away from caffeinated drinks and food before. I stop drinking coffee around 3 p.m. but if you're sensitive to the stuff you may want to avoid it up 8+ hours before bedtime. Exercise. I do some form of training almost every day, tennis, sprints, intervals, etc., and because of this my body is physically ready for restful sleep. Research shows that some of the many benefits of exercise are improvements to sleep patterns, and the quality of sleep you get stimulates longer periods of slow-wave sleep. If I can't get out on the tennis court, I'll often do a tough hour of yoga in the morning or a more relaxing round in the evening, no later than 2-3 hours before bed. Eat a healthy high-fat and protein-dominated dinner. I'm not quite sure why this works, but when I eat a protein-rich dinner, 3-4 hours before bed, such as steak with vegetables and salad drizzled with healthy high-fat oils, I fall asleep faster and deeper. I don't know the science, but I suspect this works because our bodies use combination of long-burning healthy fat and protein to repair muscles, grow new tissue and improve our immune system. I use a combination of olive oil, coconut oil and MCT oil in my food for my healthy fats. Supplement melatonin before going to sleep. Melatonin is a sleep hormone that tells your body it's time to sleep. It occurs naturally in the body with the onset of darkness, but because of all the electric light surrounding us, the release of melatonin often shifts. To counter this, I take 1-3 mg of melatonin about 1 hour before bed. This is also a great travel hack to deal with jet lag. No long-term negative effects have been found, but I cycle my intake of melatonin to make sure my body doesn't become reliant on it. Have a pre-sleep snack. Having a quick and healthy snack before bed boosts serotonin levels, and prevents low blood sugar while also increasing cell repair and aiding heart function while sleeping. I eat a few cashews, walnuts and Brazil nuts along with a spoon of organic almond butter before bed. It tastes good, helps me sleep and has the positive side effect of making me feel better in the morning. My knockout sleep aid concoction. If I'm really in the need of a good night's sleep, I'll make a special bedtime drink that knocks me out cold. I've used a variation of this for years, but here is the latest version. Mix and stir the following in a cup of hot water or chamomile tea and drink right before bed. A simpler and better tasting version of this concoction is just the apple cider vinegar and organic honey mixed together in hot water or tea. Apple cider vinegar, 2 tablespoons raw organic honey, 1 tablespoon linseed oil, 1 tablespoon poppy extract, 10–15 drops chamomile or yogi bedtime tea. Make your room as dark as possible. If possible, sleep in a pitch-black room. Block out as many light sources you can, including light from outside like street lamps and light from inside like LEDs. If you live in a city or a place where the sun is up all night during the summer like Norway, you should get some blackout curtains. Think of this as trying to recreate the sleeping conditions from thousands of years ago before artificial light that our bodies evolved for. Turn off phone or move away from bed. I find that turning my phone off, setting it in flight mode or moving it away from my bed has a noticeable effect on my sleep. My guess is that EMFs can disturb sleep, although I'm not sure if this has been scientifically proven. Could be a placebo, but either way it works for me. Keep your room cool. The ideal temperature for sleep will depend on your personal preference, so experiment to find out what works for you. However, a cool room somewhere in the range of 18 degrees Celsius – 21 degrees Celsius is a good place to start. I prefer my room to be about 20 degrees Celsius. Meditate while in bed. As I've mentioned before, meditation is part of my daily routine. But a little trick I use is to also meditate while in bed. I just relax my body and pay attention to my breath. Either I end up in deep meditation or I fall asleep, or both. Either way it's a win. This is a great sleep hack if you have trouble falling asleep. Give it a try. Thanks for reading. I hope the above compilation of tips will help give you a better night's sleep. It goes without saying that I'm not a doctor, so please consult a specialist if you're having real issues sleeping. Finally, thank you to all the trainers, friends and writers I've learned from over the years for helping me figure this stuff out. You've saved me from many a night's bad sleep.